Alrighty, I got this new Mountain Dew recently. It's called Mountain Dew Whiteout. Really, it kind of just tastes like Sprite, which isn't the worst thing ever. There's really no soda flavor that I dislike. Anyway, this is probably going to be a shorter video because I'm just tired right now. I'm deadbeat tired. Currently 1:09 a.m. I worked from 3 p.m. to about 11:16 p.m. Work really was fine, but you know, I'm just exhausted after all that. I guess we'll just run some Roblox right now. But anyways, Summer Games Fest went down recently, and I gotta say, there's probably only like a few really notable games out of there. They really started off with the heavy hitters right away though. Resident Evil Code Veronica, I think it's just Resident Evil Veronica, not Code, but that's coming out 2027. The Resident Evil games lately have been doing great. Really, Capcom's been doing pretty great, to be honest. I mean, people really loved Resident Evil Requiem. They really loved Resident Evil 7 and 8. They've been on a good spree lately. But then right after Resident Evil Veronica was maybe something even more hype, which was Alien Isolation 2. And it had been a long time since Alien Isolation got any sort of sequels. And already people consider Alien Isolation one of the greatest horror games out there. If you were to ask someone what the greatest horror games ever are, maybe Amnesia would be up there, but a lot of people would definitely have Alien Isolation as one of the GOATs. Top 3, no question, I feel like. Now, I actually have played Alien Isolation, that's right. I got it on Xbox One back when I was playing on console. When did Alien Isolation came out? I think it was like 2014. It's really been a long time. Now, I never completed the game, and it wasn't because, oh, I just got so scared. It's because really the gameplay's not for me. I didn't find, it's not for me really. It's not something that I enjoy, just being slowly stealthy around, trying to really just avoid one enemy. There were those robot android things. They were just kind of annoying more than anything. I'm not really a slow gameplay type of person. The only times I really like slower gameplay is if it's more stealthy, but not horror stealthy. I'm talking combat stealth. Like for example, some of the Splinter Cell games. That's fine to me. But I do think that Alien Isolation is definitely a good watch. It can definitely be fun to watch other YouTuber streamers play through it. And Alien Isolation 2, I'm hoping Jev does a playthrough of it. But regardless, even if the gameplay style is not exactly my cup of tea, I still recognize that it's really good. I think another thing with the first Alien Isolation is that after you defeat the alien, it's kind of not really too much else to do in the game. Like, it kind of just goes downhill a little bit from there. The game gets a little less interesting. You don't really feel so pressured. Like, there's nothing to really worry about anymore, or nothing to fear. But regardless, Alien Isolation 2, it still looks really good. I'm excited for it. Will I play it? Probably not, to be honest. But I definitely will watch at least a playthrough of it. And who knows, maybe if enough people ask, maybe I will play it. But regardless, it's great to see. It's a good game to have coming out, that is for sure. And then there's Guild Wars 3, that was also kind of a little bit more on the notable side. I've never played any of the Guild Wars games, but I do know that they're kind of a classic, so it's cool to see that coming back. And then there's also The Wolf Among Us 2 coming. I've never played the first one, but I know that it's a very popular game. Telltale series. Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead Telltale series are just some of the greatest, really. I mean, people absolutely adore and love them. What is that Mirage helmet? Have I ever seen that before? Hold on, whose is that? Was that Bonsai? Hold on. Yeah, it's Bonsai. What helmet is that? I don't know if I've ever seen that. Hold on, let me go to my Mirage and let me see here. Is that one of the individual? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's one of the individual helmets. If I were to buy a Mirage skin, it would probably be Kuvael or Kitsune, or maybe that's Kuvail. I don't know how to say that. Alright, I hardly speak English correctly, and that's my only language. And then, of course, for Summer Games Fest, there was also the part 3 of Final Fantasy VII getting shown. I'm not a Final Fantasy person, but really, the games that are kind of on my radar are Resident Evil Veronica and Alien Isolation 2. Even if I don't play them, I'd still absolutely love to watch a playthrough of them. There are just some games where better. I don't know, it's like better to watch than to play. I feel like story games are definitely that way with me. Like, why bother trying to play through The Last of Us if I can watch someone else play it and pretty much get the same experience? But then there's also this game called, it's like Hex or Hex, something like that. It's Haex. It's some sort of first person shooter. I don't know the full details of it. I don't know if it's an extraction shooter. I hope it's not an extraction shooter. Well, I mean, game looks interesting. I mean, it'll at least be on my radar probably. I'm just so much of a sucker for first person shooters. I don't know what else to say. Which, speaking of first person shooters, Modern Warfare 4 is continuing to share more information. It is actually looking pretty decent so far. I know people find it cool to hate on Call of Duty, understandably so. They've definitely had a lot of misses, definitely tend to mistreat the community, but Modern Warfare 4, I am at least interested in it. It's especially just been a while since I played a Call of Duty, or a PvP multiplayer game for that matter. Marvel Rivals was the last time I played a PvP game, and that was late 2024. But yeah, the Summer Games Fest overall seemed to be pretty good. They just really started with those heavy hitters. Like Resident Evil was the first one, and then Alien Isolation 2 was the second one. That's insane. I remember playing the Aliens vs Predator game, the 2010 version. It was pretty fun. Definitely short. I guess in totality it's not that short because you do at least have 3 campaigns to get through. But each campaign is kind of short on its own. You know, maybe 4 or 5 hours if even. I think the Marine is the longest one. I've always hoped for another Aliens first person shooter because they do Aliens Fireteam Elite, which does look pretty good. But third person, I've always been more of a first person fan, even though yes, here I am playing Warframe. Honestly, if it weren't for Warframe right now, I don't know if I'd really be playing anything else. I mean, I'd probably be just jumping around a little bit with the games I have on my Steam library, but I would definitely not have a main game if Warframe did not exist right now. Well, I think that's all the game talk I have to say. I guess just something funny is that at my work, we're having to put out a sign that says it's like a choking hazard thing, and it's for the dumbest reason. It's literally just stating that eating food can cause choking. Like, nothing specific to it at all. It's just, yeah, if you eat food, you could choke on it. It's like, again, nothing specific that we're doing to like, oh, make it a choking hazard. It's just something that we have to put out. Like, hey, you could choke while eating. Yeah, no, duh, but it's something that we have to put out. I don't know, some of like the policies restaurants have to keep up with are kind of silly. There's this maybe policy going on as well where we have to have everything in dish done, which, yeah, if you think about it, that's not really a dumb policy. The problem with us is that we make a ton of ice cream, so we have a ton of 3-gallon ice cream buckets back there, and that would just take so long to clean each night, because normally we just do the 3 gallons, buckets, and lids in the morning, because it would just simply take too long otherwise to have to do that for the closing crew. Because if we were to do that, then the dish crew would probably be staying like an extra 2 hours after we close. It's not like we assign someone specifically to dish right as the schedule is made. The schedule is simply made the day before, as in like the positions. In terms of the shift hours, that's made like a week in advance. So I know what I'm working for. What week is that? It's currently Saturday, and I know my schedule for next week. So up to the 15th. So really, if we were to try to go through that policy, we would have to make a shift or a schedule specifically suited to closing dish. And that would just be kind of annoying because the managers can't leave either until the rest of the restaurant has left. And we close at 10 p.m. on weekends and 9 p.m. on weekdays. And today we got done with closing at about 11:16 p.m. So if we were to try to go through all those 3 gallons, it would probably take until about 1 a.m. And the thing is, like, my shift was just scheduled 3 to 12. So I was already like scheduled extra time. That's if we were to stay open because it's busy. But yeah, it's kind of dumb. I mean, again, in principle, it doesn't seem bad, but just in reality, it would be so annoying to have to keep up with. But oh well, that's a maybe policy. I just heard about it today from some other coworker. I have not heard about it from a manager. We get the rest of dish clean. Trust me, the counters are all nice, not a speck of food in sight. It's just those 3-gallon buckets and lids that take up some space. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say for now. Just more yapping. Again, Summer Games Fest looked great. My left eye is hurting right now. It looked very red yesterday. I don't know why. And then it got better in the morning, and now it hurts. I think it's because I got some dish water in my eye, which is not exactly ideal. But oh well, I'll get through it. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say for now. So see you all in whatever I do next. I'm tired.